everybody, this is Sharon, and I had a request for a tutorial that I had did when I created this project here. This is a photo folio, and this one right here is made for a baby girl. And so I had several people ask me, had I made a tutorial or follow tutorial, but I didn't. So I was going to show you guys how I did this one. So this is how it'll look when it's through. The only difference is I did the tutorial that I'm going to show you with, this is the baby girl panda and panda paws, and the one I'm doing is going to be the baby boy, because I just didn't want to have two of them the same. So this is the way it, it kind of looks. It's, it just opens like this and like this. Let me get out a little bit where you can see it better. So it looks like that. It has like a big space here for pictures, and then this opens here, and you have a couple places for tags up here, a couple places for tags, and then it just kind of goes like this. You have a waterfall page, you have some more places down here for tags right here, and then this is just a printout I did on my computer. It has a lot of different information about the baby, that you could put in there. And then this just folds back up, and this folds over this way. And then that's the way the back of it looks. So I'm going to do a tutorial on this. It's not going to be the same paper collection, but it's going to be the same measurements and everything. So if you guys want to make this, just continue to follow this. So I'll put this over here to the side, and to start with, this is the paper that I used to make the background of it, like the white cardstock right here. It's from Recollections, and you can purchase this at Michael's. It's the 110-pound paper, and this is just a 8x10, 8.5 by 11 paper. Is where as big as that is. So I went ahead and cut out everything that I had to have as far as the cardstock, the white cardstock. So let's see here which one would be the best to do this. All these are going to be the waterfalls page, and these will be like your half-inch gussets. These are your flaps. So it kind of will look like this when you get it, kind of laid out or whatever. This will be like your left page, your middle page, and your right page. And so this page right here will be 6 3/4 this way by 5 3/4. This page is 6 3/4 by 6 3/4, and this page is 6 3/4 by 5. So that'll be your basic, bottom page layout. Let me show you what I'm talking about right quick. It'll be like this. That'll be this page, the bottom page, and this page. And so after you get those cut, I'll repeat it right quick. 6 3/4 will be the up and down part on all three. 5 3/4 will be across this way, 6 3/4 this way, and 5. So after you get those cut out, then you will need your top pieces, which will go over this middle piece. This top piece right here will be 4.5 by 6.5, and you're going to score it at the 1/2 inch right here. So 4.5 this way by 6.5, and you're going to score it across the top there. And that'll just be a little piece that folds over the top like that. That makes your flap. And then you will need one piece that is 5.5 by 6.5, and you're going to score it at the 1/2 mark up here. So it'll be 5.5 by 6.5. We need one of those. And then for your waterfall pages, you will need it to be 4.5 by 6. So 4.5 by 6, and you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch at the top. And you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those for your waterfall. And then for these two pieces right here, these are your gussets. These are 1.5 by 6 3/4. So 1.5 by 6 3/4. You'll need 2. And you're going to score them in a 1/2 inch right here and a 1/2 inch right here. So you just put them on your scoreboard and you just do a 1/2 inch and then flip it around and do it at a 1/2 inch again. That's the way I do them. That's the paper that you need to cut out. And then I went ahead and did, printed out my paper. I haven't got it cut yet. But this is the paper collection that we're going to be using. And it's from the Knitwits, the same company that I bought the other one. It's a digital paper line, and you just download it and you can print them out, as many times as you need to in different sizes or whatever. So you're going to at least need, since the tallness of this paper over here was 6 3/4, I would do it at 7 by 7. That's just a comfortable. You will have to cut off a little bit. But that's just, something comfortable in case your printer doesn't print all the way to 6 3/4. That way you'll have plenty of paper, because everything I do, I go down a 1/4 of an inch. So if it's 6 3/4, tall, like this one, then this paper would need to be 6.5 by 6.5 for this particular one. This is 6 3/4 and 6 3/4. So then this paper that I would put on here would be 6.5 by 6.5. So I go down a 1/4 on everything that I do. So if I forget to tell you the measurements, that's standard for everything, and always be a 1/4 shorter and a 1/4 wider. Yeah, I think that's right. But anyway, this is the paper collections that I printed out. So these are in blues, mostly, and some browns. And I'll just write on the back what they're for so I know what I'm going to do with them. So that's the Knitwit collection, and I'll list the link to that store in the description bar below in case you guys are interested. And then I went ahead and printed out my little charm thing there that goes like this, except for I did this one in silver. And then these are all of my my cutouts. I've already fuzzy cut everything out, and I have them in this bag so they won't get lost. So after you get through cutting all these out, come back and we will start gluing the other part. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing my papers together and cutting them. I'm probably just going to cut them right now and then I'll come back and glue them. So this is the middle page, which is 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. So my paper right here will be 6.5 by 6.5. So I'm just going to cut that out. And I'm not going to sit here and show you guys how to cut out paper. I'm sure you already know how to do that. But I was just going to show you right quick, kind of how I do it. Like I said, down, I just go down a 1/4 of an inch. And so that's 6 3/4 by 6 3/4. This is 6.5 by 6.5. And I just always make sure they're going to fit. So there's that page, and I just kind of lay that, to the side or whatever. And then, let's see if I can find some more of my papers over here. So this is going to be the right-hand side of my folio. So I have decided that this will go there. And I've already cut this one down, it looks like. So this was 6 3/4 by 5. So then this one right here should be a 1/4 smaller. So this is 4 3/4 by 6.5. So that will go there. And let's see what else I have over here. This is the left page. So for that one I have this right here. So this was 6 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I've already cut this down. No, maybe I haven't. So it needs to be 5 That needs to be 5.5 that way, so you can just do it by 5.5. By 6.5. There, and that fits like that. Before you glue on your paper like this to this, you need to put your white papers together. In other words, you need to go ahead and make your your background. So do not glue these on yet, because you don't need to do that quite yet. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get through cutting out the papers for the rest of my flaps and everything, and then I'll come back and we'll do the cardstock and get everything glued together on that. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and build our base pages together. We're not going to use any of our pattern paper that we printed off. These are just 110-pound white papers. So you're going to have your left piece here, which measures 6 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then you're going to have your middle page, which measures 6 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then you're going to have your right page, which measures 6 3/4 by 5. Then you're going to have your top flap that'll fit over this. This measures 4.5 by 6.5, and you were to score it at 1/2 at the top there. Then you have this page, which will be your bottom flap, and I got my measurements right upside down. So it's 6.5 this way by 5.5, and then you would score it. That'll be your bottom flap. That's your top flap. Then you have your two pieces right here, which are 1.5 by 6 3/4. And let me make sure I'm telling you that right. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, 1.5. You have two of those, and they're both a 1.5 by 6 3/4. That's your gussets. That'll hook your pages together. And then you have 4 waterfall pages, and they are 4.5 by 6, and you're going to score it at the top on every one of them. You score it at the top on every one. So, first of all, you're going to have these. I'm going to move these for just a second, because you have to have these to hook all of this together. And let me get my glue in 1 second. Sorry about that. I thought I had everything here together, but I didn't. So, all you're going to do is you're going to put your glue like on these pieces right here. And then this is your left page, and this is your gusset. You're going to lay it on top. Don't get it on your score line, and just kind of even that up. And then you're going to do this one the same way. You're going to put it on there. So there's your gusset. And then you'll do this one the same way to these two. So I'm just going to put some glue on this part right here, just on this little 1/2 inch part, not in the middle. If I can get my glue to come out. Let me cut this other light on. It keeps going off. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but anyway, you're going to put the glue there, and then you're going to just put this on there. And I may have to get out of camera range here a minute, because I can't really see what I'm doing here. And don't get on your score line. If you do, just kind of back that off a little bit. And then after you get it, kind of like you want it, then you're going to press those two together. This is the glue I'm using. It's Fabri-Tac by Beacon. I purchased this at Michael's. It is kind of expensive, but to me, it's worth it. So, you're going to put glue on this piece right here. Not in the middle one, but on the last 1/2 inch that you scored. So, you're going to put some glue there. And you're going to hook your middle piece to that. And try not to get it on your score lines. And then just kind of even it up, on the top and the bottom there before you push it down. You have just a little bit of time to play with this. After you kind of get it like you want to, then you're going to just mash it down. Just hold it right there, sack up. Make sure I got that right. Okay, that looks good. And then you're going to do the same thing for this page. You're going to put it like this, and then this one will hook here like that. So put you some glue on this part of it. I had a big thing of glue there. You don't really need that much glue. Okay. And you're going to put your paper here. Like that. Just line it up. Make sure you don't have it on your score lines. If you do, just pull it down. You have a little bit of time to adjust that. If you do put it on your score lines, your paper won't fold as well as the resin. So it looks like that right there. And then you're going to put it on this last score line. Right here, you're going to put some glue on that. Just kind of smearing this out because it's a lot of it came out again. Okay. Get that off. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to get a paper towel. Okay. And then you're just going to slip this up under here. And just make sure you don't have it on your score line. Kind of even it. You know, the pieces on the ends there so they don't stick out. And you just press that down. Okay. A little bit of glue came out. You don't really need a lot of glue for this, just enough to get it going there. I'm just going to kind of press all these down and make sure they stuck really good. So that's kind of how it looks so far. Hope you guys can see it. A little bit of glue there. So this is your left, your middle, and your right side. So then you're going to put your top piece on. And I just eyeball this. You can make it perfect, you know, if that's what you want. But you're just going to glue this top on the top of your middle piece. And your little flap there. So I'm going to put some glue here. Just on the little flap there. Glue is not going to cooperate. And then I just pick this up and just kind of eyeball it everywhere I want it to be. Just make sure your bottom piece, you know, when you get ready to glue it on, it's going to have to match. And then just put that like that. I kind of push this piece down onto this other piece. And my light keeps going off, sorry about that. And then you're just going to glue it. After you get it like you want it, you're just going to mesh this piece down. Just make sure it's down on the paper really good. I'm just going to mash that down, make sure everything's still glued. So that was your top piece. Then you're going to do your bottom flap. Put some glue on this little flat right here. Turn this over just so I can see what I am doing, because these two flaps will have to line up, your bottom and your top, when you lay them down like that. So So just kind of make sure that you have them together. If you don't, you have a little bit of time to play with them. And mine still don't. So it does right there. Looks like. So I'm just going to turn this over after I get it adjusted, and then we'll push this down. While I'm at it, I'm going to make sure this one's down too. You might have to hold this just for a second. Anytime you deal with wet glue, sometimes you have to, just hold it till it gets a good grip on it. And when you're doing this at home, you can, take your time a little bit more than I am. I'm just trying to hurry for the sake of the video. Okay, I got hot glue everywhere. For some reason, I hadn't even used any of it. So this is the way it looks. This is your left side, your middle, and your right. And then these two will fold down. Like I said, just make sure these, kind of meet up here. Push this down and this up. Just making sure all this kind of goes, this glued good. For some reason it's not wanting to hold on this side. I got some glue right here. This Scotch quick dry adhesive. You can just stick some of that in under there if you have a place that it don't want to hold. Sometimes that'll help it. So anyway, after that, then you can start putting your paper on. Now I did go ahead and put a note right here for a magnet and a magnet here because I'm going to have to put a magnet here, so I don't want to put my pattern paper down first. So I got a note for a magnet here, a note for a magnet here, so when these two close, it'll hold my waterfall pages down. Because your waterfall pages will go right here. A little bit of glue right there. Just kind of take your finger. Sometimes that'll just bead up if you do get a little bit right there, and it'll just brush off. So you're going to do your waterfall pages next, and you just kind of have to figure out. No, you don't do waterfall pages. You have to do your pattern paper here first. These are last. So don't do your waterfall pages. Sorry about that. Told you wrong. But you can go ahead and put your paper here, 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 and here, and here, and here, here, and on here. So that's kind of the way it's looking so far. It's like that. Like that. That's your back page. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my paper on. I know you guys don't want to see me do that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these papers on. I kind of have them labeled so I'll know, where to put them and everything. So I'm going to do that and I will be right back. Okay, I've already went ahead and adhered all my paper, my pattern paper, to my white paper. And so this is kind of the way it looks so far. I did do my seam binding up in here, and you do have to put your seam binding on before you put your pattern paper on, just like you do your magnets. So I went ahead and did that. That's the way the sides looks. I went ahead and put my pattern paper there. I don't have anything on the back yet, but what I'm going to do is just put a white piece of paper to cover up all that, and then I'll put a piece of pattern paper over that. But I haven't done that yet. Then I've done this side. So you just untie it right here. And then that's the way the inside looks. On this page right here is where you're going to do your Spellbinders die, like this. Or whatever die you have. It doesn't have to be, what I have. And then you'll lay your letters across the bottom here with your buttons and everything. But that's the way that looks so far. This page right here is this, where it lifts up like this. And so that's there. I went ahead and put that paper there. Went ahead and put it there. There. Opens like that. And then this page over here is where you'll put your information for your baby. And then this lifts up like this. And you'll have a pocket up here across the top. This will be your waterfall. Go right in here. and then your pocket will go down here, like this one. So, we're going to go ahead and do the waterfall. So, I've already got all my pattern paper cut out for, there's going to be 8 of these that you're going to have. And then you will have 4 of these. And like I said, these are cut at 4.5 by 6. And then you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch mark at the top. So for the first one, you're going to fold it down like that. There's your flap. You're going to fold this down. And then you're going to just look and see where you want to put that. You know, just kind of even it out. And the way I do this is I kind of do it backwards just to see where I need to do it. I lay this one on top. And it goes right up to this score mark. And this is just to see where I need to put these. So I lay this on top. I lay this one on top and push it up to that score mark. And then I lay this one on top and push it up that score mark. That's how I can kind of tell how many waterfall pages that I need, or waterfall pages, I guess what you call it. And then I would lay them down like this, because that's kind of how they would be, but it's hard to put them up under each other how they would normally be. And then I just kind of try to see how they would look. So that's how they're going to kind of look when I get it glued down and everything. So that's how I decide, you know, how many of these I need and where I need to start with this. So I just drew me a little line across the top. So when I fold this down like that, I'll need to push that up to the top. Just make sure you have about the same amount on this side as you do over here on this side. So just going to kind of push it up to the top. And I'll zoom in a little bit. If I don't want to zoom in too much because I'm not sure you'll be able to see, but I just drew a line here, and I'm just going to push this up. Like I said, this is where your score mark is. You're going to push that down, and you're going to push that up to there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that. All I'm going to do is just make sure I'm even on this side and on this side, because I got my line, and I'm just going to go a little bit above that line. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac glue here. I probably should have already had it down. It's going to take it a minute to get down there, so hang on. So I'm just going to put this on my little flap here where my score line is. And then I'm going to just put it above that line just a little bit, making sure that I'm about the same on each side there. A little bit more. Okay, about right there. And I kind of just try to eyeball it and make sure it does look straight. I don't do anything, you know, by perfectly measuring or anything like that. I just always try to just kind of look at it and make sure I got everything right. So then the next one, it looks like this. This is your score mark at the top right there. You're just going to push this up against that one. Like that. Like that. And I always check, because I'm not perfect, and make sure that this, when it lays down flat, is straight. Of course this, I'm telling you wrong, on the second one, this is right. On the second one, you'll put this one up against this one. And this little area right here, you're going to lay this little area up in it, like that. Sort of like that. And then when you push this down, you make sure it matches, and it does not. So just go back up in there and adjust it before you get your glue on it, or after you even get your glue on it, you can still adjust it. And then for the third one, after you get that, let's go ahead and do that right quick. You guys can see me do it. So you're going to put your glue just on this little flap, on this little piece right here. And you're going to put it in this little area. And you're just going to put it up in there. Don't push it up too far, because you want it to be able to fold your page. And then I'm going to just push this down and make sure I'm straight. And I am. I look straight here. So then we're just going to push this down like that. And obviously this paper can still fold. It's not up too far. And then for the third one, you're going to push this up, just like that. And then you're going to take this page, which is your score line is up here, and you're going to push it up to here, like that. And then you're going to make sure it's straight before you glue it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here. Okay. Some of you guys may be able to cut this paper a lot better than me and have it perfect, but for some reason I don't always get it perfect. Before I mash that down, I'm just going to check and see if I need to move that a little bit. Just a little bit more. So that looks pretty good right there. So I'm just going to push this down kind of hard. Get all that glue going in there. And then I'm going to push this one flips up. I'll just hold that glue down there for just a second. And then you're going to do your third one, your fourth one I mean. It's going to push right up against there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and after I get them all on there, then I'm going to go ahead and put my pattern paper on there. And I'll be back to show you guys that next. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys the waterfall after I got it done. So these open like this, and then I just layered the pattern paper, you know, on here, on each page like that. I went in and put these little strips here. Let me zoom in just a little bit. I put these little pieces of paper here so it wouldn't be white. And then I just went on and done the rest of them. And so on this page over here, I went ahead and adhered this to it, which is like your little information page. And this right here measures, what I did is just measured from this blue stripe to this blue stripe, and that's exactly 3.5 from this stripe to this stripe is 3.5. And then I measured from this stripe to this stripe, which is 5.5. And then after I did that, when I got ready to cut this out of my paper, I just did it 1/4 of an inch all the way around, except for down here I messed up. But I'm going to have a banner down there so you won't be able to see that. But that's the way I did that, and I will show a tutorial at the end how I created this paper, how I import like my little images that I'm going to use in my project, you know, how I do those, how I size them. That'll be at the end in case, you know, anybody wants to see it, and if they don't want to see it, they don't have to watch that part, because I was just going to show you the way I do it. I'm not really sure if it's right or not. It's just the way that I do it. But anyway, I went ahead and layered my papers. I went ahead and layered this right here. This is a Spellbinders die, and the name of it is Timeless Rectangles. And it looks like this right here. You have this die right here, and then this one. And they, you know, kind of fit inside of each other when they're stored. They look like that. And then there's some more that goes on the inside. But to get this white piece right here, I'll zoom back in just a little bit so you can see. To get this piece is this one, the smaller one. To get this piece is this one that has the pattern to it that goes around. And then to get the white piece, I just turned this one over on some white cardstock. Just say this was big enough. It's not, but you turn it over, and then I just trace that with a pencil, and then I just fuzzy cut that out. That's how you get the white piece that's in the back. You don't have to do that, but it's just makes it have a little bit more layers to it. So now, let me zoom back out a little bit. So now all I'm going to do is layer all these pieces. I've already fuzzy cut them, and I'm just going to start layering them like I did in this one right here. So it'll be just like this one, but it's going to be in the blue pattern papers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I was trying to think if there's any more measurements. Like I said, if I didn't give y'all the measurements for each pattern paper, whatever the white is, you just go down a fourth. Like for this one right here, the white was 6, so then the pattern paper is 5 3/4, you know, this way. And then the same thing, you know, whatever this was, you're just going to go down a fourth. Now this one did have a score line and a half an inch, so you would have to adjust it for that. But that's the way I do it for everything. I just go down 1/4 of an inch from what the white was. And so that's the way it's looking so far. I still haven't done anything to the front. I went ahead and put some on the back here. And the way I did the back is a little bit tricky. It's bigger than 6 3/4. It's just a hair bigger than 6 3/4. So what I did is just cut it just a little bit bigger than 6 3/4, the white paper. And then I layer this over the top of that. And it's a little bit more than 6 1/2 by 6 1/2. So you kind of just have to play with that to make sure it matches just right, because it's going to be a little bit different because you got so much paper layered back here. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and adhere all of my fuzzy cut things. I'm going to put those there. This will go back here, and you'll just leave, you know, part of it open. These little bears, this one will go over here, and I'll pop that up, and then there'll be a banner here. So it's just gonna, you know, be some different things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and then I'll come back. This one will go here, and then I'm just gonna pop that up. And but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. So here is the finished product. It looks, you know, exactly like this one, like I said before, except for it's in the blue tones. So I just added, you know, I went and added the different things that I had fuzzy cut from the paper collection on here. Added a few little flowers and some more trim, some more of this eyelash trim. And then I did my little thing up here where I put the Mod Podge in there and just tied a little bow there. This came from Butterbee Scraps. And then I put my bow here. And then I layered like all my, you know, paper on the ends there. And then on the back I did the pattern paper. I went ahead and added this so if somebody wanted to sign their name to it. This is going to be for sale if you guys are interested or know anybody that would be. And then it'll just open like the other one. We have this page right here that, you know, I just put the buttons on. I cut this out of the paper collection as well as this. You have this place right here for your pictures there. And then this side is basically like the other one. I just made this in my computer and cut that out. I did 2 bows here and then this lace trim here. And you want to use, you know, flat embellishments here or your book is not going to close real good. And that is why you use the inch gussets right here, so you can have a little bit of extra room, you know. I put this little bear here, and he is popped up so you can put a picture under there. This comes down like this, and you have your 2 tags. And I just use paper that's left over from the paper collection, and that's what I do make my tags with. And I put 2 little bows up there at the top, fuzzy cut those out. And this is just a little pocket. And like I said, this measurement is always different. It depends on how much paper I have left. I just use what I have left over and make my tags and my pockets. This right here was just a little cutout from the paper collection. And then this is your waterfall here, and it just flips up like this. I did go ahead and put the paper in between them. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I adhered this here, and it's open, so you can put a picture there. And then down here is another pocket page, well, a little pocket here. And I just put a couple of tags here that I made from the leftovers from the paper. And then I have this right here too. I can get it up here from my tripod's in the way. But I did this page too and just fuzzy cut this, and this is the little pocket there. So that just flips back up like that, and then this has a magnet here to hold it. And then over here on this page is all about the baby, and I just put like the different fuzzy cuts there and kind of pop those up. I did a little banner here, and basically it's the same way. You could put a big picture here if you wanted to, and you just close this back. And like I said, that's basically it. You would just tie this back after you put your tags back in there. So I hope this was helpful for anybody that wanted to create this. I hope I didn't leave anything out, and if I did, just ask me. I'll be glad to help you. Just put it down in the comments, so in case somebody else has the same question, they can see the answer to it. And I will leave a link to the Knitwit collection that I used here, and anything else that I can think of you guys might need. And at the end of this, there will be a small tutorial on how I download these images and print them out. I use Microsoft Word to do that, and it's very simple. So if you're interested in that, just stay tuned. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, I'm back to show a little fast tutorial on how I download my images and print them off and everything. So I've already been to the store and purchased the images that I wanted, you know, from the Knitwit collections, the internet site. And so after they're downloaded, you have to extract them and everything like that. But after you do that, you would just go to your Microsoft Word. If you have that on your computer, this is what I use, and you know, everybody does it differently. This is just someone asked me, so I'm just going to show you guys. And I think this is Microsoft Word 2013, if I'm not mistaken. So you're going to go to File, and you're going to do New, and you're going to do Blank Document, and then that's going to bring up your empty workspace here. And so if you just wanted to you know, insert your images that you've already downloaded, you're going to go up to Insert and over to Pictures, and then automatically mine goes to Downloads because that's where I have it. But I would do Downloads because that's where I downloaded my images. Then you're going to go to Digital Papers because that's what I named mine. But I have them broken down to KSP and Knitwit, so you would double click there. And then the baby boy is the one I just did, so you double click that, and then you would double click that, and then double click that, and this will bring up all of your, you know, the paper that you can use. It shows like the bows, these are the buttons, the flowers, a lot of things are here that I used. So just say I wanted to do, you know, insert the panda, so you're just going to click on that and click on Insert. And it's going to come up, you know, pretty big. If you double click it, it's going to show up here. The height is 3.45 and the width is 3.43. And usually for like the folios, I just need like a 2 or a 2.5. So I just click on this arrow up here and bring it down to 2.5. And that would be something I might could use. If I want it for the real small images, you might would just want it for 1.5. This right here, you'll just have to, you know, play around and figure out which size you need, but that is how you size it. If you want to put a lot of images on here, you just make sure you have this click. You're going to go up to do Wrap Text and do Tight, and that'll let you move this image. If you don't have it on tight, it won't let you do. It might let you move it, but it won't let you insert any more images with this. And so you wanted to do another one, because this is just going to be one sheet of paper and you don't want to just put that one bear on there. You go back to Insert, Pictures, and just say I wanted to do a bow. Click the bow, do Insert, and it's going to be a pretty big bow. It's 4 inches across almost. So I want to make that bow smaller, so I'm going to say about 2.5 inches is all I want my bow. And then you're going to go back up to Wrap Text and do Tight. And then just click off of it, do Insert, and just keep going like that until you get your page full. Maybe you want to do some flowers, you do Insert. Your flowers are going to be pretty big. So you just go back up here and size them back down to maybe 3 inches. Then you do text wrap and tight, and you can move it around to where you want it. And just say you had your whole page filled for the sake of this video, and I won't, take so long. You will go back, if you're through, put all your images on here, you go up to File, Print, and this kind of gives you like a print preview of what you have here. And so you can see how big it is and everything. If that's what you want, then of course you would just click on Print. But, I'm not going to do that because I don't need that. But, and then I had another question. That's how you download them and you size them. So, I had another question on how I did the page where it says All About Baby. I don't have those folios out here right now, or I could show you, but I first figure out how big I want it. After I figure that out, I'm going to do Insert, and we'll do Shapes and Squares, and then I'm just going to put a square here. And this is just going to be a quick little video. I'm not going to show you exactly how to do it, but I'm going to show you, how you do it so you can get the idea. For the inside of it, I didn't want a shape fill, so I'm going to go to Shape Fill, and I'm going to click No Fill. For the outline, you pick the color that you want, blue or whatever color that you want. After you get that, then you're going to go up to Insert, Word Art, click in there, and then you can put your text in here, and then right here is where you would click, you could type in All About Baby here. So you would just type in All About Baby, and then you can highlight that, go up to Home, and you can change your font, to like maybe 18. You can change the font to a different kind of font. You can make it go over to the right, or you can just move this over to like you want it. You can go back here and do Insert Pictures, and this is where I inserted a picture of the little bear. It's not this little bear, but I'm going to just use this one to keep from going anywhere else. And then, like I said before, you just make it as small as you want it. And then you're going to do Wrap Text Tight. That way you can move it wherever you want it. And then you would just go back down here and you would just type in, your information, like I don't even remember what I had. I think I had name, and you would just do Insert again, Word Art back here, and then you would just kind of fix this like you want it to be, like this and like this. And then you could type in name. I think that was the first thing I had on there, was name. And then you put your underline here. Oops. Okay. And then you highlight this again, go back up to Home, and maybe change it to like size 18. Change it back to the font like you wanted it. And then you can go ahead and add some more line. It was so big it would only let you do that a little bit. And then you would just hit Enter and go to date maybe. I'm not sure what I have next, But that's kind of how you do it. And just keep going down until you get to the bottom. And then the same thing, you would just go to File, Print, and this would show you how it is, how it looks and everything. So that's the way you do it. I hope that kind of helps with some questions. I know this is kind of a fast video, but without going into a lot of detail, that's the gist of how you do it. So I hope that helps you guys, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll be glad to help you. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.